Hot tubs up to $2,500 off or 24 months no interest. Cash and carry hot tubs from $29.99. Above ground pools from $29.99. Semi in-ground pools from $79.99. In-ground pool packages from $29.99. Buy now and save big while our savings dial is in the green. Supreme Spa and Pool.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary are with you today. Hello, Rico.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going fantastic. You like my new hat?
I do.
I got this hat directly from Madison Square Garden. Shout out to the Pearsons.
Yeah, you did not get it from Madison Square Garden.
I got it, but I didn't purchase it.
Okay.
I did get it from Madison Square Garden. I did not purchase it
in a way.
from Madison Square Garden myself.
In a way.
I have a bag from Madison Square Garden, though.
Ooh.
Which is cool.
I did not see
it's
the bag.
it's a plastic bag, but it says Madison Square Garden.
That's
the
right.
world's most famous arena.
Do you think you'll ever get to Madison Square Garden?
I need to. Me and Rachel have this dream, and you know what? Like, we're gonna have to wait till we're older, but we've talked about it. We want to see a game in every Big Ten football stadium.
Okay.
We want to, she's a big volleyball fan. We want to see a game in every Big Ten volleyball arena. I want to go to every NBA arena and every NFL stadium.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of travel, but it's going to be when we're older.
I was going to say it would have to be when your kids are out of the house.
Yeah. Or, we could start by taking our kids to some of these. Like, we're not going to hit all of them with our kids, but
yeah,
it'd be cool.
I've
been to the former Pepsi Center. I don't know what it's called now.
Oh, in Denver?
What's Chicago's? I want to say American Airlines United. American Airlines is Miami.
Yes.
It's a plane.
What's Dallas's? I thought Dallas was American Airlines.
Is Dallas American Airlines? There's too many plane ones.
We're going to look it up.
Planes,
American
trains,
Airlines.
and automobiles.
American Airlines Center. Yep, downtown Dallas.
Okay, what's Miami's?
Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Arena.
These are questions that need to be answered.
Says it's FTX Arena. That's not what it used to be.
No.
Name. Okay, I'm curious to get your thoughts here. It had been named American Airlines Arena.
Okay.
The home, so June 4th, 2021. So just a couple months ago, it became the FTX Arena.
Okay.
The name change will be a first for the Biscayne Boulevard building, which has been named the American Airlines Arena since opening its doors in 1999. Okay.
So, yeah, I've been to the United Center and the former Pepsi Center, whatever it's called now. I'm going to keep calling it the Pepsi Center.
So now we got this on the text line, and I just looked it up as well. Angry in Colorado, Denver's arena is now Ball Arena.
Like Ball Brothers Arena?
Nah, it can't be.
It's not.
It would have to be BBB. It'd have to be the Big Baller Brand Arena.
One was the American Airlines Center. The other was the American Airlines Arena. Got it. Thank you, Doug, with mesothelioma. I knew there was more to this. American Airlines had a lot of money.
We've I should
also
know
that
this.
is such a great Doug with mesothelioma. I love it. You know what? I need everybody. Look. I know we say it every time, but everybody needs to get their names in on the Honda of Lincoln. Not the Honda, on the Starter Heyman text line. You can call them the Honda of Lincoln hotline. We'll just know your name because you tell us. 402-464-5685. If you don't think you have a name, send us a name. It can be funny. It can be real. I don't care. Give us a name. We want you to have names on here because on the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, which you can watch and see our beautiful faces on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, On Facebook, it's just your name. On YouTube, it's your username. On Twitch, it's your username, whatever that is. But you can comment on there as well. We can pop your comment on the screen. You can see it. And you can be like, hey, look, that's me. I said something funny, and they laughed at it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I will say this. I'm just not as big of a fan of saying unnamed texter.
Yeah, I'm not either. Also, something new. If any of you have Alexa devices.
That's right. Yeah.
You can tell your Alexa, you can say, Alexa, listen to 93.7 The Ticket, or 93.7, 93.
I've said 93.7 The Ticket.
And it worked?
It's worked.
Okay, you can say, Alexa, listen to 93.7 The Ticket, and boom, we'll pop up on your Alexa.
It's fantastic. Qdobe Guy, shout out Qdobe Guy. He says, my name is Qdobe Guy. We are watching, so I laughed for a second there. We're watching Maryland, Virginia Tech right now. They were on ESPN. They were interviewing Virginia Tech's new coach, Brent Pry, the former defensive coordinator at Penn State. And while they were interviewing him, Maryland threw about a 50-some yard touchdown pass.
Man, when Talia Tagovailoa transfers to Nebraska, it's going to be a great day.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm just throwing rumors out there. I apologize.
I hope not.
But why? You don't want Talia?
I don't know.
I want to say his name right.
I'm not sure who Nebraska / I want. I don't know what I'm looking for in Nebraska's next quarterback.
I want Cam Ward.
You want Cam Ward? Out of everybody, I think I would lean towards Casey Thompson.
I would not mind Casey Thompson, but I want Cam Ward. I am not the biggest fan of Chubba Purdy, but kind of an unknown collegiate prospect because he
doesn't
play
have
much
experience. That's the one knock personally I have against him. Is they're the lack of experience, and you're going into year 5 where you need some experience, and you need some wins, right?
Well, I mean, Cam Ward has experience in the FCS level.
You're right.
So and you could say that, but I've seen clips of him playing for Incarnate Word. They won a championship, and I think he's fantastic, and I think he can do just about everything you need him to do to fit into this offense. Casey Thompson can do that as well. You've seen it. You can go back and look at his collegiate highlights and say this guy can make those throws. Chubba Purdy, on the other hand, you can go back to his high school highlights and say he can make these throws. But on the collegiate level, people are faster, people are stronger, people are smarter. I don't know if he can do that. I don't doubt it, because I mean he was a 4-star prospect coming out of Arizona. His brother, pretty good, so he might have given him some of the tips and tricks. Yeah,
before we talk about that, I want to mention a couple texts. 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Sutter Hammond text line. Both those open for you all show long. 2 texts I want to get to. Qdobe Guy says this: Rico, you just made all of my devices in my house play the ticket because I'm listening to you guys on my stereo while working. So yes, it works quite well.
Perfect.
Then an unnamed texter says, thanks, you just turned on my Alexia to 93.7.
I love it.
So that's good. So it works.
I love it so much. And also,
easy way to find us.
Also, shout out to Cubsker. I can see what the hype is about with Nutrizios and Muchachos. This is a heck of a lunch. That sounds like a great combination, actually.
It was.
Because you're going to need a lot of energy after you down one of those burritos, man. That is, you eat those burritos and you're just good. Like, I haven't eaten there yet. Every time I get food, I take it to go.
There's something better.
But if I eat there, I don't know if I'm going to move.
There's something about eating at a restaurant, the food at a restaurant, that makes it much better.
I don't know if I'm going to move if I eat my burrito at Muchachos. So I would just stay there. So I would just need somebody to talk to for a little bit while my body digests it and I don't fall asleep.
I'm sure Ellie will be happy to hang out with Dad.
So good.
I'm sure Ellie will be happy to hang out with Dad. All right, let's continue this quarterback thing. I was not expecting to go this route, but let's do it.
It's fine.
Let's do it. Yeah, no, let's do it. Beansky says this on the text line: pretty sad that Frost's job hangs in the balance of getting a transfer quarterback in year 5. I think that writing is on the wall. There's an interesting little thought that I kind of popped into my head this morning, and it was either way, whoever Nebraska takes in, no matter what, I should say, direction Nebraska and this coaching staff goes in next season, in terms of a quarterback, it's a big gamble. Think about these last 3 years. There's been that staple of that offense, and that common denominator, thank you, has been Adrian Martinez. Now, whether or not it's been a good common denominator or a negative one, that's for you to decide. And
just
obviously, in terms of wins and losses, it leaned more towards the bad side of things. However, He's just always been there. That was one position that Nebraska didn't need to worry about a guy being there. Somebody at least trying to step up, right? Now this season, whether it's Chubba Purdy, whether it's a guy like Casey Thompson, we talked about it yesterday, even if you bring in a guy with experience, here you are on December 29th, nobody is that we know of is in to this quarterback room that's not already there. And so you see that they have to mesh well with the guys in that room, in that offensive group. The offensive line is a little bit of a question mark as well. You just lost your center to the NFL draft. Wide receiver room, you have a new coach that there's a lot of confidence in, yes, and for right reasons. However, you don't know how the guys in the wide receiver room will respond to that new coach. You don't know what's at running back. You know the bodies that you have in the running back room, but you don't know about the production level. There's a lot of unknowns, not only on the offense, but on the defense. And so it speaks to the magnitude of how desperately Nebraska's coaching staff, more specifically Scott Frost, needs this quarterback situation to work out well. And by working out well, it means in terms of wins.
Mm-hmm. Normally in year 5, you can say you've got something established with, recruits that you've brought in and some of the younger guys who are going to be taking some of the elder statesman spots, and you feel really good about what's coming up behind them.
That's a really good point.
And the people who will be starters or will be the backups, you feel pretty good about that. But with the way that Nebraska's first 4 years have gone, and the fact that you've had guys who have started in the same spot for 3-4 years, and after that you haven't seen much from the guys behind them, leaves you in a very precarious situation, because on the defensive line, at that nose tackle spot, you had, 2 guys. You had Damian Daniels, you had DeAndre Thomas, who would go in there, clog the lane, and cause havoc. After that, you have Nash Hutmacher, who is super strong. We all know he's super strong, and he did a couple things against Iowa that had people, feeling some type of way. But overall, we still don't know what we have from him. The defensive ends, we're feeling a little bit better. You have Ty Robinson, you have Casey Rogers. You've seen them, although Casey has been injured, and Ty had a kind of a slow start, but picked it up towards the middle of the season. In the defensive backfield, like you have absolutely no idea what's going on, because you haven't seen much from anybody. Miles Farmer got extended run when there were injuries, and you felt pretty good, but then there were instances where he kind of failed to provide youth. Exactly what you thought you were going to get from him.
He just showed youth.
The linebacking core, you have bodies. You're feeling great about the linebacking core, because you know what you're going to get from the inside, at least from the inside linebackers. On one side of the outside linebacking side of the linebacking crew, you have Garrett Nelson. You know what you're going to get with him. On the other side, you have Caleb Tanner, who towards the end of the season showed up, showed out, made his mark, and everybody feels great about it. But what about the first 3 years? People were wondering if Caleb Tanner was going to transfer, if he was even going to translate into what they believed Caleb Tanner would be when they recruited him, when they brought him in as a pretty highly touted recruit. So that's on the defensive side of things. You've got guys who you feel confident in, and then you've got a bunch of head scratching, I'm not really sure what we got with this guy, because they've had somebody in front of them for 3 years.
That's an interesting, and before we get too far away from that comment, I want to backtrack, because Rico said something really interesting right when he started talking there about normally in year 5 of a coaching staff, and yes, there's been turnover and there's attrition, but every program deals with that and has to find ways to combat those issues. But in year 5, normally the coaching staff would feel good about guys behind your former starters, right? And looking specifically at the quarterback position, there's not a whole lot of confidence in those guys that were behind Adrian Martinez, that as of December 29th here at 2:17 p.m. are next in line. Logan Smothers is the guy as of December 29th, 2021. He's the guy. And this staff multiple times showed, not even told. We always talk about how the staff tells us things and doesn't follow through on their actions, right? But this time, it's the other way around. It shows that they have not had confidence in Logan Smothers, right? So when you're looking ahead, you're in year 5, like Rico just said. And normally in year 5 of a coaching staff, those coaches and the fan base feels somewhat confident in the guys that are in the developmental stage in the past couple years.
Mm-hmm. And I know people are going to say, oh, well, that's for winning programs. That's how you feel good. No, even in losing programs,
how do losing programs create a dynasty?
Yeah, because in losing programs, the thing is, if you're losing so much that the starters aren't getting things done, you've seen the backups because the guys in front of them aren't getting things done. So you've seen the guys behind them step in and either make a difference or, prove to the fact that this guy was a starter for a reason. Like the guy behind him isn't as good. So you're either feeling extremely confident or you're feeling extremely down about the future of the program. But with Nebraska right now, it's just a massive question mark because they have guys. They have guys who we have seen very little of, but the very little we've seen have been flashes of either being really good or, again, question marks.
Just behind schedule.
So it's concerning, like the texter said, that Frost's fifth year, they're relying on a transfer quarterback when, you've been here for 5 years. You had a 4-year starter. You've had guys who you've brought in and have believed that they were going to be the future of your program and they were going to lead your program for years to come, that you're looking for a transfer quarterback because you haven't played your backups at all outside of blowouts, despite not having a winning season in your 4 years with Nebraska.
We get this off the text line, 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Feel free to chime in all hour long because we're back to an hour today.
Yes, we are.
One-on-one with DPE will begin at 3 p.m., so we're back on normal schedule here. Squeak says this, does any blame go to the former quarterback coach?
I wouldn't put all of the blame on him. I think the blame goes to everybody.
I think it definitely goes, and yes, it's great that they made changes. I wonder if this was a problem that persisted over the course of 3 or 4 years, why did it take so long to make a change? And that I understand. I don't want this to get twisted with the comment of or the thought that I think coaches need to be fired directly like the year after they come if it's not working out. Like I believe in the Scott Frost part of having a couple years. However, you still have to hold, whether it's head coach, whether it's assistant coach, whether it's the players, there has to be accountability and there has to be standards and expectations.
Mm-hmm. And
in my opinion, if you could see in year one that from year 1 to year 3 nothing had changed, and your players in that room were not developing, and the guy that was the starter at the time was not developing,
was not getting any better,
then there has to be a change.
He was staying consistently good when you want to go from good to great. And David Morris, thank you for calling me out on YouTube. I'll throw this up on the stream if you guys are watching the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream. David Morris on YouTube says, when you say normally in year 5, are you meaning, well, he says meaning ideally, or what standard are you comparing it to? Yes, David, I meant ideally. In year 5, ideally, what you are hoping for is that the guys behind your starters have developed enough that you're feeling really good about, well, this guy's going off to the NFL or this guy's transferring, whatever, grad transferring, what have you. But the guy behind him, we've developed him enough. We've put him in game situations because you've either had blowouts or you've just had injuries or instances where you needed to get him in the game. And you've seen enough from him where you're like, all right, we know his strengths, we know his weaknesses, we know exactly how we're going to use him. And, we're going to move him up into the starter role and he's going to be able to fill this hole, whether that's better than the starter or, at least to the level that you need him to succeed. That is what you want in year 5. It's not, we lost our quarterback, we need to go out and get somebody experienced in the transfer portal because we don't know what we have behind him. Oh, we lost a couple defensive linemen and some defensive backs. We have no idea what's going to go on behind them because we haven't gotten these guys on the field.
Here's my thing. And Mickey Joseph I wish I would have pulled the quote. I did not though. Because once again, I wasn't really planning to go this way, but it's okay. Here's the thing, and Mickey Joseph kind of alluded to it in his introductory press conference, I believe on signing day. He mentioned that you don't overcoach talent. You don't overcoach athletes, right? And when you're talking about, as a coach, finding strengths and developing those strengths, but not overdoing it, and then finding weaknesses, right? Assessing weaknesses within a player and coaching those and fixing those. After Logan Smothers, in my opinion, after Logan Smothers has been in the quarterback room and in this program for a couple years, Scott Frost and this coaching staff, but mainly Scott Frost since he's the constant, right? He should know exactly what he has out in Logan Smothers. He should know exactly what Logan Smothers' strengths are, know exactly what his weaknesses are. And that's my opinion, and correct me if you don't agree, then that's totally fine. But as a head coach, and it's hard to think that it was only Verduzco doing any work with quarterbacks last year or any of the years.
Mm-hmm.
You knew as a coach, after a couple years, you should know exactly what Logan Smothers needs to work on or what is missing from his repertoire of talent. And it's concerning when you look up, and like I said, year 5, the magnitude of this quarterback decision or finding a quarterback is huge. Not only for the success of Nebraska, but as in terms of whether or not Scott Frost is the coach here in Nebraska next season.
Yeah. It's just concerning that, everybody wants to put the blame on one person just because, his title is quarterbacks coach, but you've got a head coach who is heavily involved in the offense, who was a quarterback in high school and in college. So I also find it hard to believe that Verduzco was the only one working with Adrian Martinez. Yep. So if you're in that room and you're working with your starter and with your backups, like you said, you should know what their strengths, what their weaknesses are, what they need to get better at, what they are really good at, and leave that alone. As Mickey Joseph said, you don't overcoach somebody. And it was just a bad look, the fact that Adrian was really good his freshman year and then kind of stayed at that level for the next three years.
Sandman on the text line says, isn't that part of the get old, stay old mantra, player development behind your starters? And yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's it.
And that's that's kind of been a knock of this coaching staff at Nebraska through 4 years now, is that nobody knows what is behind the former starters from last year, right? You have an idea. There was a lot of, all the bodies in the running back room. Running back room's a great example, right? Running back room, you know exactly who's in that room. In Gabe Ervin, Jacquez Yant,
Marquis Stepp,
Ramir Johnson, Marquis Stepp. And here's the thing, though. Unfortunately, you don't know how much you can rely on each one of those guys for production. Right?
They all do something different, but it seems as if they're trying to ask them all to do the same thing.
And it felt like in Oklahoma, in Norman, down in Norman, the game that Gabe Ervin got hurt, it felt like he was just about to turn that corner, just about to turn the corner of being one of the top running backs in that room,
taking over the job. They were saying that nobody had taken the job yet. There were people there who were pushing for it, but nobody had reached out and snatched it.
But then it was confusing, and maybe confusing is not the greatest word, but that's the word that comes to my mind. Then Ramir Johnson pops up out of nowhere, right? Started 5th on the depth chart in the beginning of the season, and that's where you talk about assessing talent at the beginning of the year and assessing talent, what talent and from the guys that are in each of your rooms. And that makes you wonder. It took you a couple weeks to find your best offensive line group. Assessing talent.
And then when your best offensive lineman I don't know about best. It was one game, but he held his own. One of your pretty talented offensive linemen got injured, and you had to go back to the group that has struggled.
It's just interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where they're able to rely on for production offensively this year. Because the running back room is a question mark. And now the quarterback room is especially is a question mark.
The wide receiver room is one of the things that actually kind of fits what I was trying to say. The ideally behind that person, you've shown development and you've gotten people that you can trust, because you've had Omar Manning. He was, whatever happened his first year, he wasn't able to play. You've had Xavier Betts. You've had Alontae Brown. You've had all of these guys, but you haven't played them. Yeah. They've played very sparingly. And ideally, by year 5, your wide receivers have a firm grasp of what each wide receiver is going to do, where they're going to line up, and the points in the game that you're going to use, whatever body type of wide receiver you have, because they're different. Alontae Brown does not look like Omar Manning. Xavier Betts and Omar Manning don't look the same. They play totally different games. So in certain instances in games, you should know how you're going to use your wide receiver group and which wide receiver group you're going to put in a game to prove or to show the most success.
Yeah.
But for the first 5 years, it's just been, we have, 1-2 guys when they had Stanley and JD, and then they lost both of them. And then they had Samori Toure this last year, where you have one guy who is really good at what he does, but then everybody else around him is kind of a question mark. By this time in your coaching tenure, you should have a group of wide receivers that you can put on the field, and all of them are dangerous.
And have confidence in. Just have confidence and know what you're going to get out of every one of those guys to the extent. I'll give you one name before we go to break that was out of that wide receiver room. Remember Marcus Fleming? 5 catches, 75 yards against Northwestern in 2020.
Marcus Fleming.
Then nothing. Just kind of fell off. Entered the portal midseason.
Ended up at Maryland.
Now is at Maryland. His stats this year, not great. 18 catches, 197 yards, 1 touchdown. And that's part of the consistency also. And we're getting this on the text line every now and then, and we've gotten this before. But you get like in the running back room, right? Lack of consistency. It's the running back by committee role. And that has worked every now and then.
That can work.
But when you're you're longing for somebody to take the job and find something that's a constant on a program that needs to find some sort of success, then sometimes you have to go against what you believe is right and just stay conservative and find those wins and find what is working. We're running a couple minutes late. Let's go ahead and take a break. 402-464-5685. Go ahead and keep sending your thoughts. Depending on the reaction, we'll either continue with this football discussion or we'll dive into Husker men's hoops next up on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning, possibly some light snow showers before we clear things out a bit this afternoon. It will be chilly with a high of 29, a light northeast wind at 10. Mainly clear tonight, we'll drop to 13 for the low, but see a nice bounce back in temps tomorrow as highs will approach 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Our savings dial is peaked. The best savings are now at Supreme Spa and Pool. Luxury hot tubs up to $2,500 off or 24 months no interest. Cash and carry hot tubs from $29.99. Above ground pools from $29.99. Semi in-ground pools from $79.99. In-ground pool packages from $29.99. Buy now and save big while our savings dial is in the green. Supreme Spa and Pool.com.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. We saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at PriceRightAuto.com.
CBD American Shaman reminds us that many veterans returning from service are in need of work. Many have elite military training and valuable professional skills that can benefit your company. Show your stripes, hire smart, and hire vets. That's from CBD American Shaman with 3 Lincoln locations. CBD American Shaman provides a compassionate care program with discounts for low income and veterans. Visit them online at cbdamericanshaman.com. CBD American Shaman thanks the men and women who have sacrificed so much.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, sewer and water underground repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. That's Select Plumbing at 402-560-6197.
Brokers Insurance Agency is currently hiring full-time and part-time insurance professionals. They will provide you with the training and education to obtain your insurance licenses. Brokers Insurance Agency takes pride in educating clients with the best insurance program to help their clients meet their specific goals. If you're a hardworking, motivated person and would like to discuss a great career opportunity with Brokers Insurance Agency, please call Ken Richards at 402-420-5353 or email service@brokersinsuranceagencyne.com. The team at Brokers Insurance Agency is looking forward to helping you get started with your insurance career.
This is Brad Moline, president of Allo Communications. I'm proud to say that Allo is supporting the FCC's Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. We are committed to bringing high-quality internet to everyone in our fiber communities. If you qualify for federal support or have been financially impacted during the pandemic, you may receive free 500 megabit internet from Allo. To find out more, please stop by the Allo store or go to allofiber.com/EBB.
Guys, we need to talk about a problem plaguing our society today: chronic fruitcake slander. Now, maybe you're thinking, I've had fruitcake. It's dry and heavy. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're eating the wrong fruitcake, because Grandma's fruitcake is anything but. Their recipe uses the highest quality fruits, hand-sorted nuts, and adds the perfect amount of brandy, bourbon, and rum. Their desserts are known and loved across the country, and they're made right here in Southeast Nebraska. If you haven't tried them yet, you're missing out. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljob.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Me and Rico joining you as always on a Wednesday, 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline and Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you. You guys know the drill, but I'm going to run through it anyway. Starter Heyman video stream, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find us on Twitter at Radio Rico AC and at Nick_Sainert. So you can find us there, interact with us there. We appreciate it as always, really good stuff so far,
Just
Husker football-wise.
Right now, we've got a question on YouTube. I'm going to ask you, and then maybe
All right.
I'll give you my answer afterwards. David Morris on YouTube. Shout out David Morris on YouTube. Is the wide receiver consistency a route issue, a line issue, or a quarterback issue? And if you're not ready with your answer, I am.
Go ahead.
To me,
I think it's a mix.
To me, it is a mixture of all three, but the biggest part, at least, again, to me, is that some of the wide receivers are not getting off the line as quickly as they need to, because you don't need, amazing blocking or, amazing quarterback play to throw some of those quick routes. And some of that comes back to play calling as well. But if you get off the line quick enough and you run, a quick route where your quarterback only has to take 2 steps, doesn't matter, if the offensive line isn't holding for very long, because you get that snap, you take 2 steps, you let it go where the receiver's supposed to be, which is, what this Scott Frost offense is supposed to be, or at least it was at UCF, was just, the route's going to be there. The quarterback makes the throw. He makes really quick reads and he goes with it, takes 2 steps, starts on one side, kind of goes over, makes the throw. If the receivers get off the line quicker and they can, adjust their routes to get to the spot they need to be in, that is most of the issue to me.
Here's what I'll say. Mix of the three, simply put, lack of identity. Right? Nebraska, what's been their identity the last 4 years?
Adrian Martinez.
Maybe. That's just kind of what it was.
But that's, passing or running. It's just
exactly.
Adrian. It's just Adrian Martinez.
Right?
You think of Nebraska football the past 4 years and you think Adrian Martinez.
Once again, that's not happening. That's gone. Adrian Martinez is gone. Your only identity for the last 4 years is gone.
He's going to be wearing purple.
And silver. And wearing a Power Cat. But no.
It's a great logo.
Think about that. They don't. Okay, maybe they do know, or they have an idea. We don't know where they're going to go for production. We can guess and speculate that Gabe Irvin's going to be healthy, or Marquise Steps' experience is going to be paying off finally, or Jacquez Yant's going to have a good follow-up season.
Or this is
the couple games that he had some success in, but then there was the drama at the end of the season with whatever happened.
Yeah.
Or like Rico was just about to say, Omar finally becomes that star-studded wide receiver that we've been waiting on. Xavier Betts is a consistent guy in the wide receiver room. Here's the thing, though.
Travis Vokalek becomes the Austin Allen 2.0. Yeah.
Thomas Fidoni's the 5-star. Once again, though, developing, something that this coaching staff has to do, develop.
Although that tight end room is pretty
it's good. Sean Beckton, give credit, man.
That development in that tight end room is good, though.
But, here's the thing. Is they were a solo identity team, and in that, it was Adrian Martinez. That was that constant. Like I started out saying on the show, the constant is gone. No matter whether or not he found wins or found losses, there was that constant in Adrian Martinez. That's gone. You're done.
For the longest time, you had Adrian Martinez, and he was going to make a play. Whether it benefited you or hindered you, he was going to make a play. So when you went and you turned on the game and you're watching Nebraska football, you knew one thing for sure, is you were going to see Adrian Martinez, and he was going to do something that was going to make you widen your eyes in a good way or a bad way.
Well, and that's been the kind of a knock also, right?
They've been too reliant
on Adrian Martinez, and something that may change this season. May change.
Hopefully.
It's, in my opinion, you're going to have to, because unless somebody surprisingly enters the portal, whether it's a Tagovailoa, whether it's a Caleb Williams, whatever happens, the likelihood that you're going to have a guy that's as talented or even a step up from what you shipped away in Adrian Martinez, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's slim. You're going to have to conform your offense, your game plan to this quarterback, and this quarterback and all those guys on that offensive side of the ball are going to have to buy in this season. They're going to have to embrace their roles this season.
Mm-hmm. And let me get
There's no other choice.
Yeah.
There's no other choice. And that's one thing, right? Is that this coaching staff has to relay that message and that idea that there is no choice.
Yeah.
That you're either in or you're out. You're either bought in or we're going to do this thing without you.
This is it.
That's because listen, now this is the year that this coaching staff needs to have that message be preached louder than ever, right? That kind of should have been the message already, is that, hey, we have confidence in what we're building here.
Mm-hmm.
But now this season, it is clear as day. Clear as day, clear as night. What's the same?
Clear as day.
Okay, clear as day.
The night isn't clear.
That's a shame. I was going off on a rant there. It's clear as day.
So close.
I was so close. It's clear as day that this coaching staff, mainly Scott Frost, is fighting for his job at his alma mater, that we know he wants to be the coach here. And it's not an effort thing. It goes back to that whole thing. It's not effort. At some point, it's got to stop being about progress, and it starts needing to be about results. And that's this year. That's this year. That's just what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, that was a good rant.
Thank you.
The little mess up towards the end there, but
clear as day. Clear as day. We got it.
No,
we got it.
I get you. I wanted to jump out in front of this before anybody, the whole being completely reliant on a quarterback is totally different than the whole Kenny Pickett at Pittsburgh with Mark Whipple. They were relying on his arm to do that.
Yeah.
That's totally different. That's what a quarterback's supposed to do. Your quarterback is there to get the ball to his playmakers. Yeah. What we're talking about when we say an offense that's totally relying on their quarterback is the quarterback is running for his life, trying to make plays, whether that be getting out of the pocket and chucking it down the field to somebody and getting your playmakers the ball, or getting out of the pocket and making plays with his legs because he doesn't have enough time to get the ball to his playmakers. So it's two totally different being reliant on your quarterback situations there, where one was successful at Pittsburgh, where you get the ball out quick, you get it to your playmakers, you let them do the thing. Where at Nebraska, your quarterback is your playmaker, and you have the ball in his hands, and whatever he does is the way that the offense is going to go. And that, as you've seen with the multiple injuries, is not going to help your quarterback last in a hard-hitting, hard-nosed conference like the Big Ten. Like, if your quarterback has to run over 20 times in a game in the Big Ten, I mean, good luck getting through your season. Good luck getting through. Like, I'm not saying you're gonna I'm not saying you're gonna have a major injury and have to sit out, but you're gonna have a couple, scrapes and maybe a high ankle sprain or something where you can't really move too well in a couple of games. So you've got to have a quarterback and an offensive line that allows your quarterback to have some time and get the ball out to his playmakers.
Simply put, before we
a running game.
Simply put, before we take our last break, you got to find a sustainable source of offense this season, because time's running out, and that's not a surprise to anybody in year 5 when you're you guys know the record.
You guys know.
Let's take our final timeout. We'll wrap up our final thoughts and the happy hour and get you ready for one-on-one with DP for the first time.
He's back
since December 17th. We'll do that next on the happy hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Plaguing our society today, chronic fruitcake slander. Now, maybe you're thinking, I've had fruitcake. It's dry and heavy. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're eating the wrong fruitcake, because Grandma's fruitcake is anything but. Their recipe uses the highest quality fruits, hand-sorted nuts, and adds the perfect amount of brandy, bourbon, and rum. Their desserts are known and loved across the country, and they're made right here in Southeast Nebraska. If you haven't tried them yet, you're missing out. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning, possibly some light snow showers before we clear things out a bit this afternoon. It will be chilly with a high of 29, a light northeast wind at 10. Mainly clear tonight, will drop to 13 for the low, but see a nice bounce back in temps tomorrow. as highs will approach 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brad Moline, president of Allo Communications. I'm proud to say that Allo is supporting the FCC's Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. We are committed to bringing high-quality internet to everyone in our fiber communities. If you qualify for federal support or have been financially impacted during the pandemic, you may receive free 500 megabit internet from Allo. To find out more, please stop by the Allo store or go to allofiber.com/EBB.
Brokers Insurance Agency is currently hiring full-time and part-time insurance professionals. They will provide you with the training and education to obtain your insurance licenses. Brokers Insurance Agency takes pride in educating clients with the best insurance program to help their clients meet their specific goals. If you're a hardworking, motivated person and would like to discuss a great career opportunity with Brokers Insurance Agency, please call Ken Richards at 402-420-5353 or email service@brokersinsuranceagencyne.com. The team at Brokers Insurance Agency is looking forward to helping you get started with your insurance career.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, sewer and water underground repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. That's Select Plumbing at 402-560-6197.
Hi, this is Sean Callahan with Koppel Chevrolet GMC. New vehicle production has been increasing, but the lots will not be filling up anytime soon. In fact, most vehicles are being pre-sold and are leaving the same week as they arrive. If you want your new Chevrolet or GMC, this is a great time to build a vehicle and place an order. Our sales team will work right with you to build the exact vehicle you want. At Koppel, we appreciate your business and sell vehicles at a fair price. So come check us out or visit us online at koppelcars.com.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
The past year and a half has been a challenge. We've been reminded of the importance of following health and safety guidance from medical experts. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the NSCA. As teachers, our goal is to keep our schools open and our students in the classroom, because we know in-person teaching and learning is best for our students. We need your help to keep our kids healthy and learning.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. iElectric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. iElectric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Now back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shout out industry, baby.
Forever and always.
Oh, that's right. Back here on the happy hour, Nick and Rico hanging out with you. One-on-one with DP will begin in about 8 minutes exactly.
Resume.
Yes. 8 minutes exactly. 402-464-5685. Appreciate you guys chiming in all show long.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us.
Rico, how excited are you do you guys do anything New Year's Eve? Does it get you excited or anything? Like,
not really.
Are you going to watch the playoff games?
I'll probably watch some football.
I think the playoff games are going to be pretty fun.
We might allow Ellie to stay up later than normal.
Oh, what's her bedtime? Like 8?
We try like 8:39. Not 8:39. 8:30 or 9.
I know what you mean. Okay, it's not horrible. It's not bad.
The other night she went to bed at like 10.
Kind of feels
and
like
we didn't even realize it. We were like sitting there watching a movie. We were watching Encanto on Disney Plus, which if you guys haven't seen it, it's a cute movie. It's a good movie. I liked it a lot. The singing was top tier. Great songs. Encanto.
What's it about?
It is about
just let me look up the
Well, I'm going to give you mine, and we'll see how close I am. It is about a family in Colombia who is gifted magical powers after the grandmother goes through a traumatic event, and one of the family members does not have powers. And when the magic starts to fade, she must figure out how to save her family and the magic/town.
Not bad, Rico.
Was that good?
Do you remember the child that does not have powers?
Mirabel. If you want to
here's the official one. The Madrigals. Nick Madrigal? What?
Not Nick Madrigal.
He is a Chicago Cub now.
The family Madrigal.
Are an extraordinary family who live hidden in the mountains of Colombia in a charmed place called the Encanto. The magic of the Encanto has blessed every child in the family with a unique gift. Every child except Mirabel. However, she may soon be the Madrigal's last hope when she discovers that the magic surrounding the Encanto is now in danger.
Boom.
All right.
I did a pretty good job.
That's not horrible, Rico.
Dude, the songs are fantastic. The movie is extremely cute and pretty great, actually. I really enjoyed it. If anybody has Disney Plus, watch it with your kids. Watch it by yourself. Doesn't matter. Great movie.
Yeah, you may have noticed
there's some Spanglish in there as well, so just be prepared.
Kind of doing a complete turn as we round out the show here. We did not have Erin Sorensen on today. There's just nothing new to talk about, unfortunately. I didn't want to waste her time asking her the same questions we asked her last week because there was nothing new, right? And when
it
was kind of funny when her and I were texting back and forth. She's going to be on vacation. A much-needed vacation for the next 2 weeks, so we will talk to her in 3 weeks. But she was like, I said, hopefully there's something new to talk about when we talk to you in 3 weeks. She's like, yeah, let's hope they hit that transfer portal. I think everybody is surprised that they have not went at the transfer portal harder.
I'm telling you, as soon as they get a quarterback, the rest of the players will follow.
Really? You think it's going to be that simple?
I do believe as soon as they get a quarterback, it's going to start falling into place.
As soon as they get a quarterback, is it going to feel like people are drinking Kool-Aid?
Depends on the quarterback.
Chubba Purdy.
Half of the fan base will be drinking Kool-Aid.
Casey Thompson, 75%?
I think a larger amount. I think a lot of people would like Casey. I think a lot of people are looking at Casey Thompson and wanting him.
I think they're looking at Casey Thompson saying this is the best option out there.
I mean, have you seen his highlights?
Yeah.
The man can sling it.
Guess what's tomorrow, Rico? It's the final show of the week. But also,
women's basketball plays Michigan State
at 2 p.m. and the second edition of the Tip Jar. It's all that tomorrow. One-on-one with DP is next. We haven't been able to say that in about a week and a half. It's next. Stick around. We'll be back in 5 minutes. See ya.
Adios.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your